Hi there everybody, just thought I'd take the opportunity while I've got a few quiet minutes to send you my weekly update on how it's all been going. Why wasn't there a video last week? Almost nobody has asked me. The reason there was no video last week is because I was too ashamed to put a video up telling everybody that I hadn't lost any weight. It's been a tricky couple of weeks. It was my daughter's first birthday party on Saturday, so a lot of junk food was consumed over the course of the weekend. Training was going very well last week, but I've had to shelve it for this week because over the course of the weekend I picked up a rather unpleasant insect bite on my lower leg, and it's all swelled up and got infected. So it was incredibly painful to do anything physical on until the antibiotics kicked in and I was able to reduce some of the swelling that had come up. Pretty grim stuff. So that hasn't helped. I suppose I should be grateful really that given everything that I've been doing or not been doing, that I've still managed to lose a pound, but not the most exciting news to be bringing anybody, and certainly the weight loss has most definitely slowed to a bit of a crawl now, considering the flying start that I got off to. Perhaps not a bad thing really that a bit of a reality check come into play so early on in this process. There's a few people I think perhaps anticipated that the weight loss would keep up at the rate that it was and I'd be sort of half my normal size by the fight. Not going to happen, I don't think, unfortunately. I'll keep fighting the good fight, but I suspect I'll be down to a couple of pound a week now if I'm lucky. But I suppose that's to be anticipated and all part of a healthy weight loss regime, as long as I can keep my training up. I've treated myself to a new bike. I've decided that one of the things I should do is do a bit more, spend a little less time in the car. So cycling places that I'd ordinarily drive to. I haven't had a bike for about 20 years, unfortunately, and I'm exactly as graceful on a bike as you might expect a bloke of 35 years of age and nearly 17 stone to be, who hasn't ridden a bike in 25 years. Never much got on a bike when I was a kid, certainly no better for that experience now. Backside killing me. It's extremely uncomfortable riding a bike when you haven't done so for a long period of time. I'm told by my friends who are into cycling that I've just got to be a big boy and suck it up and soldier on, and it will get better once the old seating bones sort of harden up and get used to the impact. Not helped by the fact that I'm not even a competent enough cyclist to take my backside off the saddle whenever I'm going over a bump, so I'm taking every single bump along the way, it seems. Bike's got 18 gears, that's at least 17 more than I know how to use, so I'm strictly speaking a pavement cyclist, and not a very fast one at that. So yeah, a few honks on the car horns going past this week. People taking the Michael, to be expected, I suppose. But yeah, trying to do my best to be a little bit fitter, even when I can't train as much, although I do think I'll be back in full training next week, hopefully. Treating myself to a few new toys as well to try and bring you some more interesting content. I'm shooting this video now on a GoPro rather than the iPhone I had been using, which is why it's come up in a slightly unusual shape. I think it's called a fisheye, for those who are interested in the technical side of it. But I'm hoping to do some footage from the gym and stuff when I go back next week, so you can have a good laugh at me in my attempts to train and become the white collar boxer that I need to be in 16 weeks time. Other than that, not a whole lot to report, unfortunately. Poor old Aretha Franklin's just died, which is very sad, obviously. I gather she'd been ill for some time, but big loss to the music biz. But other than that, not a whole lot to report, so I will leave you to go about your business in peace. Hopefully next week I'll be back with some slightly more interesting news than fat person has only lost 1 pound in weight in 2 weeks despite training for at least half that time. I'm actually going to Birmingham Children's Hospital next week, I hope, all being well, to have a look around some of the wards and to see the critical journey ambulances that ultimately I'm trying to raise money for, and hopefully if they're okay for me to take a few pictures or to take some video, I'll be able to give you a better idea of what it is that your money's going to being raised for. Also hoping to name my opponent in the next week or so hopefully I'll have that news to bring you next week, which will make for a much more exciting video and a much more interesting video than this one. But in the interest of full disclosure, I thought I ought to publish my failures as well as my successes, so that you can all see that it's not been plain sailing and that I am suffering for this, not least with the frustration of it all, because it's going to be a rocky road going forward, I think, and it's only right that I share the lows with you as well as the highs. But yeah, that's all there is for now, guys. Have a great week, enjoy your weekend, and I'll be in contact next week at some stage with hopefully some more interesting content, and good luck. Speak soon.